Brian Thomas. I use he, him pronouns, and I run the undergraduate research programs offered by the Office of the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. My favorite spot on campus is the Jasper Ridge Biological Preserve, located just west of the main campus in the foothills of the Santa Cruz Mountains.
Hi, I'm Jill Wentzell. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Research Communities Manager. I work with students at all phases of research. Those just learning what research is, students applying for funding, and students reflecting on their research experience. My favorite spot on campus is the Papua New Guinea Sculpture Garden.
Great. So why should students get involved in research?
Of course, I think research is really fun, but there are lots of other reasons to get involved too. Research is a great way to delve deeply into a particular topic and take your education in new directions. I've seen a lot of students with strong interests that don't necessarily match up neatly with the classes in their major, but they've been able to craft research projects that combine those interests in meaningful ways. Research is also a great opportunity to learn new skills, some specific to the project you work on, and more general skills like critical thinking, project management, often communication skills like writing and presenting.
How do students find and secure research positions, especially if they have little to no experience?
There are many different ways to find the right research position, even if you don't have previous experience. Getting to know the faculty with whom you would be working is always a benefit. So it helps if you can take some smaller size classes, like an introductory seminar, sometimes called intro sems, at Stanford. Some students find research opportunities simply by talking to a faculty member and expressing interest in their research, possibly in office hours or via email. Usually this works best when you have prepared a bit for the conversation. You should have an idea of what the research is about and why you find it interesting. This likely means reading a few things that person has published and showing up with some questions. It's okay if you don't understand everything. Asking good questions and showing your interest is the most important part. Another great way to get started in research is through VPUE-funded departmental programs. Many of these programs are designed for students who don't have previous experience. These funded opportunities are designed to enable you to immerse yourself in the project you design with your faculty mentor. Another great resource for learning about research opportunities, and even for talking about research ideas, is your academic advising director. You likely don't know who this person is yet, but you'll soon meet them and learn about all the ways they can be helpful, including thinking about research opportunities.
What departments offer research opportunities, and what does research look like within these different departments?
Faculty in every department on campus pursue a scholarly agenda, and equally there are opportunities all over campus for students to get involved in their own scholarly activities. Often when people think about research, they picture traditional lab research, and there are certainly plenty of opportunities there. But there's scholarly work in many disciplines you might not expect. In the arts, for example, a student might undertake a series of sculptures or paintings motivated by a recent event or a particular artist. There's also research in the humanities, like history, where you might be working in an archive to collect historical analysis, or in the social sciences, where your data might be the interviews that you collect. It can be fun to explore the topics that motivate faculty. Most departments have a blurb about each faculty member's interests on their website. Reading those can be a great way to get started. For some examples of recently funded work, check out our Instagram site, @mystanfordresearch.
And what if students want to conduct their own research projects?
That's great. No matter how ready you feel to get started on your own project, I encourage you to start by finding a faculty mentor. I've heard many students reflect on how helpful their faculty mentor was in developing their project from an idea into something achievable. It's never too early to start talking with people about a project idea. Faculty can help you position your project in the greater landscape of scholarly work, which could mean suggesting what literature to read, what artists to follow, or what archives are most likely to be useful. They might even suggest other faculty to talk with.
And how will COVID affect the research opportunities available to students?
Like many things right now, COVID is changing undergraduate research at Stanford, but not in ways that are insurmountable. Many students are still doing fantastic research projects this summer, and we expect that to continue. The changes relate to more general policies for undergraduates. For example, right now, students are not able to travel or be on campus for their research projects. So students doing research this summer are working from wherever they are living. While this might not be the ideal situation, we have seen lots of creative solutions. Students conducting interviews via Zoom and Skype, students transitioning to computational models, accessing materials from libraries remotely, the list goes on. We truly hope that in the near future it will be safe for these restrictions to ease, but until then, we still anticipate students will have rich and rewarding opportunities to engage in research.
And our final question, do you have any lasting advice for our incoming new students?
I want to first offer advice specific to research. Don't get stuck thinking you have to do research in your expected major. Think about what skills your academic interests allow you to develop. If you are taking CS classes, that might be coding. If you are focusing on history classes, that might be the ability to evaluate an argument. Think about how you might apply those skills to something you find really interesting. For example, maybe you're interested in the COVID-19 pandemic, but you aren't interested in biology. Well, there will certainly be many disciplines doing work related to the pandemic. Folks in economics, STEM fields, sociology, psychology, artificial intelligence, history, and the list goes on. Consider how your skill set and your disciplinary lens fits best into the different ways of thinking about a problem. I have some more general advice too. Make the most of your opportunities. That doesn't mean do all the things. In fact, just the opposite. It means think carefully about each opportunity before taking it on. Commit fully to those that you choose. Reflect on each experience while it's happening, and then refine your choices moving forward.
I'm biased, but I genuinely believe that doing research as an undergraduate is an extraordinary opportunity. More than anything else I can think of, conducting research is how you make the transition from being a consumer of knowledge to being a producer of knowledge. It's how you turn yourself from a student into a colleague. It's tempting to imagine an academic discipline as a collection of topics, but actually I think a discipline is a way of asking questions about the world. When you do research, you learn to trust your own curiosity and sharpen it with the tools that a particular discipline has to offer. When you do research, you really join a discipline, and that's an amazing thing.